Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw. I just wanted to stand before you all to make a huge Survivor Series announcement. As you all know, a week ago we won at bragging rights. But as our fierce female champions from both Raw and SmackDown have shown, this war is not over yet. So Mrs. Foley's baby boy started cooking up an idea or two. You see, ECW and SmackDown rushed announcing their Survivor Series 6-man matches. And that's why your old pal Mick Foley is gonna go that one step bigger. We got a whole group of champions, plus an even bigger group of hungry challengers. So at Survivor Series, how about this? All the gold, one match. Sheamus, Drew, and either Wade or Regal versus one hungry world title contender, plus the #1 tag title contender CM Punk, plus one contender for the European Championship. The winning team takes all at Survivor Series. Hello everyone and welcome back to WWE Universe. I am your host Jitch and this is Monday Night Raw, where we are kicking things off with a European Championship match, something that has been kind of left up in the air. We're going to find out who's going to actually be competing for the European title. I don't know where we're from. I think Drew McIntyre's Titantron covered that up. So we're from Unknown this month, this month.
European Championship, accompanied by Vader, approaching the ring, the European Champion, Drew McIntyre.
Last week, Kane lost. Kane won a contenders match for the European Championship, which would have seen Kane versus Drew McIntyre for the European Championship at Survivor Series. As you heard moments ago, McIntyre will be defending the European Championship at Survivor Series against a hungry European Championship contender. That has been a slight change, as obviously Kane is no longer a part of Raw, but is instead at Survivor Series competing for the ECW Championship, as he'll be going one-on-one with Big Show and Otunga. Absolutely destructive match, but McIntyre says that he's a fighting champion, and he's going to prove that by giving a title shot to someone that Foley never would, someone that is very deserving, and has proven time and time again that they deserve a shot at the European title. Who could he be talking about? I have no idea. McIntyre doesn't really show respect to people.
And introducing the challenger from Chaplin, Minnesota, weighing 232 pounds, Michael.
I'm not entirely sure that McIntyre meant what he said. But this is for the European Championship, and an upset victory is entirely possible. No real disrespect intended to McGillicuddy, but I don't know about this. I think McIntyre knew exactly what he was doing here. This is someone who was at the very bottom of the rankings. The fans were actually in support of him in this match. They kind of want to see him come out with the upset, I think. Okay. Wade Barrett and Drew McIntyre showing their connections. I mean, Barrett's got to get off the apron. He's not part of this. This isn't a handicap match.
Drew McIntyre.
Something tells me it wouldn't need to be, though. Drew McIntyre is probably the most gifted member of the United Kingdom, and to see him stoop to a low like this is honestly just disappointing. Well, I know one thing for certain. Although there is a series going on to determine the number one contender for the European Championship, it will not be that superstar that is in fact going to be involved. And you got to be kidding me. Drew McIntyre is already looking at finishing off McGillicuddy. No way. Future Shock DDT. This European Championship match hasn't even been going a minute yet. And McIntyre already hitting his finishing move. Oh, McGillicuddy. Oh. No, never mind. McGillicuddy. Good little bit of heart and fight from McGillicuddy there to kick out that quickly, as McIntyre, I think, was pretty much looking for an easy title defense. As we know, he's reached 30 days. He is actually due European Championship defense. And I think that's more or less why he's decided to hand it out to someone that he knows he was going to be able to manhandle. No disrespect intended to McGillicuddy, but McIntyre is just on a different level. He's really rubbing it in with those pin attempts. McGillicuddy trying everything in his power to fight back, and he's managed to get to his feet. His tag team partner Otunga competing in that Contenders Series for the European Championship, which does continue tonight in a triple threat elimination match as chosen by the Macho Man Randy Savage, who will be going up against Smash and David Otunga. Quite an odd series of final three, but it is what it is. One of them just doesn't quite fit the same as the other two.
If you ever have the displeasure of talking to Drew McIntyre for a while, he'll go on and on about today's youth. He really feels that the kids of today are.
But that series does continue here tonight, and then the winner of that match, the winner of that match, will face the second person eliminated from it, since it's an elimination match, in 2 weeks' time, in a contenders match for the European Championship that will see the winner get a European title shot at TLC just 1 month after Survivor Series. McGillicuddy laying his hands on Drew McIntyre's tag team partner, Wade Barrett, who may be one of the two people to team with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus at Survivor Series. It'll be interesting to see if they choose William Regal or Wade Barrett. It's a tough situation where they've got to choose only one tag team champion to defend the tag team titles, but an interesting winner-takes-all elimination match. It's the winning team takes all, for the record. So say Sheamus is eliminated, but the United Kingdom win, Sheamus keeps the World Heavyweight Championship. It's not whoever is eliminated loses their title. Big neck breaker on the knee of Drew McIntyre. And McGillicuddy is just filled with fight. He really wants this. I mean, he may never get this again, but a second Future Shock DDT on the manhandled Michael McGillicuddy was enough to get the job done. That's kind of sad, man. He just never really stood a chance in this thing.
Championship retained over some game competition.
Here is your winner.
I wouldn't say that was game competition at all. I said it before and I say it again, McIntyre knew exactly what he was doing when he handed out a title shot to that man here tonight. He knew that he had to defend the title soon. He wanted to get that mandatory defense out of the way by handing a title shot to someone he felt he knew he could beat. Someone who was leagues below him, who still needed a lot of work before they were ever going to be competing for a title. This was complete and utter disrespect by Drew McIntyre. Plain and simple. And here comes William Regal just to celebrate this some more. As if he just did something truly monumental. Drew McIntyre is still the European Champion. And speaking of the European Champion, that series continues later on tonight. But up next, we have got an interesting one for you, as we're going to be seeing one of the women from Raw face off against the Divas champion Beth Phoenix from SmackDown, who is set to defend her Divas title against the Raw Women's Champion Karma. It's going to be SmackDown versus Raw one more time at Survivor Series. Alright, we are back here on Raw. Here comes Alicia Fox. Big opportunity tonight against the Divas champion.
Approaching the ring from Florida, Alicia.
Women's division really heating up. A lot needs to be proven by these women as they're going to be facing off against Karma and Beth Phoenix over the next few weeks here on Raw, as that is where Beth Phoenix issued the challenge. So you can expect to see a lot of the women from both Raw and SmackDown competing here on Monday nights for the next few weeks, as Karma will be facing a SmackDown women's competitor next week here on Raw, just as Beth Phoenix will face a Raw women's competitor here tonight. And they will take turns until Survivor Series hits.
From Buffalo, New York, she is the Divas Champion, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
This is a really, really big opportunity for Alicia Fox if she can defeat Beth Phoenix here tonight. Phoenix, a special guest on Raw, not a member of the Raw roster, neither is that Divas Championship property of Raw. We're not really sure what the future holds for the Divas or Women's Championships once the winner has been decided at Survivor Series. Obviously, then there'll be a dual champion. Perhaps that would just imply that Karma or Beth Phoenix will be competing on both shows. I mean, we have had that happen in the past, so it's not exactly unheard of. But it should be interesting to see what happens. Beth Phoenix going to face off against Alicia Fox, which I think is a first time ever matchup to my knowledge. They may have faced off in season 1 and I just don't remember, but I don't think so. I think Alicia Fox has always been here on Raw, whereas Beth Phoenix has always been on SmackDown.
There's the clothesline.
Well, I wouldn't exactly expect this to be much of a competition, but then we've been waiting for Alicia Fox to get an opportunity because we don't really know a whole lot about what she's capable of yet.
Watch out here.
That'll do it.
Face buster, face buster.
Phoenix tag team partner Natalya, nowhere to be seen at this current point in time. Oh, trips the leg out from Beth Phoenix. Just vicious.
Good Lord. And there's a hard right hand. Watch it.
Call that the awkward. Oh, goodness. Phoenix going for the pin makes sense. That was a vicious German suplex, but Alicia Fox feels she's got something to prove tonight, and that's always good to see. A motivated competitor is the best competitor. It'd be really interesting to see Beth Phoenix face off against one of the top women here on Raw, someone like Tiny Shiny, who she's not faced off against yet. Obviously, she's had a few matches in the past with Michelle McCool, as well as, of course, a one-on-one match a few weeks ago, and build up to bragging rights. So that one we've kind of already seen, but you know, you think about like matches across brands that could be quite interesting to see. You know, I'd like to see what Maurice thinks she could do against Karma. That's someone who was able to manipulate an entire Divas Championship reign out of head games. You know, she has several victories over Beth Phoenix because of that. Maybe she's got exactly what it takes to beat Karma, because she can go for the careful approach. It currently stands that only one woman has beaten Karma, whereas Beth Phoenix has taken roughly 7 losses, if I remember right. So, unfortunately, there is definitely a favorite heading into Survivor Series, and it doesn't help that Phoenix has already suffered a loss to Karma in the past, but that's exactly what brought Phoenix to that point of requesting that championship match.
Shoulders down. And she gets her shoulder up.
Alicia Fox is just full of fight. She wants to prove herself, and I can't blame her for that. That's really all you're in this business to do, is try and make it to the top. Fox is a great competitor, but she's just kind of been landed in some pretty tough situations. I think who else I'd like to see in cross-brand match? I think Beth Phoenix and Trish Stratus could have a real great match. When I think about people from SmackDown, though, the women's division from SmackDown, you know, Karma has already faced off against Natalya and Beth Phoenix. As I say, Maurice would be an interesting one as a proven former Divas champion, but beyond that, I'm not entirely sure. Kelly is a former Divas champion, but it was a fluke, if you ask me, and Eve really hasn't stood out much. I think Layla could be a great opponent for Karma. I think it's the whole division I just mentioned right there. And another pin attempt dead center of the ring by Beth Phoenix, who is constantly thinking she's got this one done when she doesn't. Alicia Fox is obviously really looking... I mean, it's a little like McGillicuddy versus McIntyre moments ago. It's really just someone looking to finally step out and prove themselves. We've got some rare opponents being featured tonight on Raw. And that spotlight continues to be shined on the lesser featured people. Up next, as we see that elimination triple threat match between Randy Savage, David Otunga, and Smash, who are all competing to become the next contender to the European Championship. CM Punk's got to be thrilled to find out that he is a confirmed member to be facing up against the United Kingdom at Survivor Series in that winner-takes-all matchup. Of course, he's been trying to get his hands on the Tag Team Championship. Something that Mick Foley didn't mention is that the way this will work for CM Punk isn't that he will simply win the Tag Team titles on his own, but rather he can choose whether he wants to hold the tag team titles with the European Championship contender or the World Heavyweight Championship contender. So whoever he wins with, should they win at Survivor Series, he gets to choose one of those two as his World Tag Team Championship partner. They get a second title on top of their first title, pretty much. Alicia Fox is just getting manhandled. Beth Phoenix really bringing her A game. Uh-oh. Oh, this can't be good. I remember her doing this. It's a shame submission finishes don't really work in this game. They're kind of like pointless until like the new submission system where it's not button mashing. You have to apply them like 3 times for them to actually win in the older games. And that's about it for Alicia Fox. Well, she got the odd move here and there in, but I guess Beth Phoenix is getting ready for a clash of the Colossuses. This is a big match for her in 3 weeks' time at Survivor Series. She really needed this victory. She needs as many as she can get, quite frankly. Her against Karma is going to be big, and she's obviously got to take that incredibly seriously after that loss at Bragging Rights. But up next, an elimination triple threat match. First man to be pinned is eliminated from the series, but Randy Savage wanted to go that one step further when he picked elimination. He wants to pin both men here tonight to confirm that he already knows he can win in 2 weeks' time when him and the finalist go one-on-one again. But that's if Randy Savage even survives this match. It's David Otunga, Smash, and Savage in an elimination triple threat next.
Introducing first, representing Demolition, weighing 280 pounds.
Well, Smash coming on down to the ring here tonight for this triple threat match. He won the first match a month ago here on Raw. It was a 6-man battle royal in which the first 2 people thrown out of the match would be eliminated. He outlasted the likes of Randy Savage, David Otunga, the 2 will face against tonight, as well as Santino Marella, Daniel Bryan, and Ricky Steamboat to win that battle royal. Bryan and Steamboat unfortunately eliminated first. I was the most excited for them, but you know, it is what it is.
Weighing 252 pounds, David Otunga.
And then 2 weeks ago, Randy Savage put Santino Marella through a table to win that match, as chosen by Smash, a table match, you know, because Smash. And now we're here tonight for this triple threat match, and I mean, this is basically the black sheep of this match, because David Otunga hasn't actually won a match to stay in this series. He just hasn't lost a match. They still count as losses on his win-loss record. I mean, it's been taking a hell of a hit in this series since he's not been winning anything, but he's still in it. He hasn't won, but he just hasn't lost. That's literally the best way to put it. You look at the win-loss records of everyone involved in this match, though. I haven't been doing that, so allow me to. Oh, sorry, this chair's awkward. If you're wondering what those background noises are, this thing. That's this chair has like adjustable arms. You can like make them go up and down, and I can never find which one I'm more comfortable with. Because I sit cross-legged because I'm fucking stupid. I keep saying 2 weeks ago. This was actually 3 weeks ago because we had a week off. But I'm gonna refer to it as 2 weeks ago, even though it was actually 3. But yeah, Smash so far has got a 1-2 record. His tag team partner Axe has kind of taken a back seat to Smash's competition, but that's because Smash has been so involved in this, whereas Axe obviously wasn't selected for this series. David Otunga though, 5-18. He is 2-7 this season, and obviously 3-11 the previous. He's just not been looking on the up lately. And finally, Randy Savage, the only man with a positive win-loss record, walking into this 4-3. Let's hope that can continue to build tonight, whenever. As I believe we're on the November 1st episode of this show. We are getting so close to hitting that 1 year point. I can't remember when Survivor Series was based in. Survivor Series 2009 took place on the 22nd of November, so we are just 3 weeks away from 1 year. And that'll be an episode of Raw. I think that'll be the episode of Raw right before Survivor Series. Oh. Yeah, no, right after Survivor Series. Crazy. What happened at the 2010 Survivor Series? I don't remember. Did I block it from my brain for a reason, or did I just kind of forget about it? Let's read it, shall we? R-Truth defeated Zack Ryder in a dark match. Okay. Daniel Bryan defeated Ted DiBiase by submission to retain the US Championship in 10 minutes. That has the potential to be alright. John Morrison beat Sheamus. That doesn't sound right, but he did in about 11 minutes. That sounds like it could be alright. Ziggler defeated Caval. Oh god, that's like Caval's only pay-per-view match. The Intercontinental title to retain. Ugh, Vicky Guerrero, fuck off. Team Mysterio, Big Show, Chris Masters, Kofi Kingston, MVP, and Rey Mysterio defeated Team Del Rio. Cody Rhodes, McIntyre, Swagger, and Tyler X. Well, barring Del Rio, that's a pretty good team. The Raw one, sorry, not the Raw, the Team Mysterio is a pretty good team too. Chris Masters is kind of hit or miss. In a handicap match, Natalya defeated Laycool to win the Divas title. She beat both of them in 3.5 minutes? Oh yeah, she did that like double sharpshooter, I think I remember that. Sorry, I'm just really curious what happened that, and I'm not playing this match so I can do other things. Kane vs Edge ended in a draw. Oh yeah, Kane's World Heavyweight title reign, that was good. The Nexus, Slater and Gabriel retained against Santino and Kozlov, as it should be.
Makes sense to me. Where do you go for your haircuts, Michael?
Can't believe that's who they lose the tag titles to, though. Ugh. Orton defeated Barrett in a match that had Cena as guest referee, and because Orton won, Cena was fired. But if Barrett won, Cena would be free from Nexus. I'm gonna say, I know it's not an unpopular opinion, it's already been said a million times over, but Barrett really should have won.
It gives everybody a chance to catch their breath. So I don't know.
He really should have won.
Macho Man, a well-schooled technician, high flyer, and let's face it, he's not afraid to throw a few cheap shots in there if he needs to.
Not at all.
Well, Randy Savage has gone that extra mile with this match. He's made this a little bit different to what you may be expecting, because Randy Savage has made this a triple threat in which if you get yourself disqualified, if you are to use a weapon, you will actually get disqualified. Obviously, with this being an elimination, that is possible in a traditional triple threat match. That would just kind of abruptly end it. But Randy Savage has set the ruling that there is disqualification.
Oh, Macho Man had that one scouted. Oh, did you see the force behind that? There's going to be a lot of offense in this match. With this young man's strength, Otunga can turn a match around in a moment's notice.
My mouth is so dry.
Hey! Oh, just driving his hands into the throat.
Oh, look at this.
Oh gosh, there's no telling.
Kind of
how
curious
much
to see
damage
who
that
gets eliminated from this series. Will Otunga continue
I
to
don't think so.
kind of just watch from the sidelines? Will he actually make it to the finals without ever getting eliminated?
did. I was in a
Will he
match
actually
like
get
this.
the
I want my
win
opponents
tonight?
to get us worn down as quickly as possible.
Starting to come up to the end of a few people's contracts. You may be seeing some people going over the next few weeks. In fact, I will say that one member of the roster has already been released. That is Alberto Del Rio over on ECW. Never again will you see him
That's gotta hurt.
to the best of my abilities.
Come on, don't get scared. Let them tear each other
There's
apart.
plenty of other people, so that's the end of him.
Counter there by Savage.
Man, this is one of those matches you
I just keep
like
reading news
sit back
headlines
and
about
enjoy
him, and I'm
watching.
like, I didn't like his wrestling anyway, but finding out he's also a garbage human being, yeah, we don't really need him in this series. I wasn't using him in any positive way anyway. I mean, the guy had a 0-6 record when I edited his wiki page. Like, he was not going anywhere. He was literally just my jobber.
For anybody competing against Macho Man Randy Savage, here's
David
the
Otunga's just made
opportunity of
himself a bit of an
lifetime.
easy target by
Most of these
holding
guys
that head. He's got to be
idolize
careful.
Savage, and here he is, taking on all comers.
Ah, look at this.
Macho Man.
You show any sign of weakness in a match like this, you can expect to be eliminated sooner than later, and David Otunga walking around hand on head.
Intercepted.
He's doing just that.
Now, I don't get that. Why bring it up this early? If I was in a match like this, I'd want my opponents to get us worn down as quickly as possible.
Smash gets to sit it out for a moment, that's
You
good.
can see the wear and
Okay,
tear
Otunga,
that
yeah, you're gonna make
destroys
Randy
this
Savage
man.
tap out, sure. You got it.
Oh, that might be it right there.
He's having a seriously hard time getting back to his feet after that.
Savage lift and smash up. I mean, that is like, what, 300 pounds? Gotta be easily. That's a big boy.
Oh, I love watching the Macho Man in action. This guy is one of my all-time favorites.
Just twisting the neck in a sickening way.
Running DDT on David Otunga. Go for the pin. Just get him out.
Oh, look out!
Bring it down to the two winners of the previous matches to be the finalists. It would make the most sense.
Too slow.
They get a whole month to prepare for their European Championship opportunity at TLC as well, as the thing. They don't get rushed into that Survivor Series match. They got a whole month. Obviously, it wouldn't be fair to throw them in the Survivor Series match. It's not a one-on-one opportunity. All this work to then have to team up with two people you've never worked with. That being said, there is actually going to be a second series, which brings us to our main event tonight. I haven't actually spoken about that, I just realized. There's going to be 2 matches over the next couple weeks. Sorry, 3 matches over the next few weeks to find out who that World Championship contender is going to be. It's going to be an interesting one, as here tonight... There goes Otunga. Okay, so Otunga's out of the series. It's down to these two. Who's going to get the upper hand going into their match in 2 weeks' time? Will Smash be able to beat Randy Savage, or vice versa? My money's on Savage. I'm a big Randy Savage supporter.
Uh-oh.
But yes, we got some big matches. Here tonight, we're going to be seeing one-on-one his Raw debut and quite a hungry contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at that, after his victory over Sheamus before he was a member of Raw. And of course, talking about Vader, going to go up against one of the hungriest contenders there are on Raw in Batista, as he crowned him with that elbow to the head, and once again it's a victory for the Macho Man. He picked this elimination match strictly for the opportunity to say he was the better man, and he did just that. So Macho Man Randy Savage will face Smash in 2 weeks to do what he just did again, potentially. Is it going to be enough? Will he come out with the contendership? Well, we don't know just yet. But one thing we do know, up next we are about to have absolute chaos on our hands. A one-on-one match between Vader and Batista, in which the winner will face the winner of next week's match in 2 weeks' time to qualify for that final spot at Survivor Series. And that next week's match is going to be Jack Swagger up against the returning Edge after he was ambushed by Jack Swagger last week. He's going to need this week off to recover, but next week, Swagger and Edge one-on-one winner qualifies for the Survivor Series matchup. Big stuff going on here. Expect this one to be huge. Batista and Vader facing off for the first time ever.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Washington, weight 290 pounds.
The news broke last Tuesday on ECW when Kane made his debut for ECW that he had been traded in exchange for Vader, who got a victory over Sheamus, which is what brought him to the dance, brought him here to Raw, moved away from his allies Big Show and Arn Anderson, started to really focus on himself and what he could do. One of the only people to beat Sheamus, but not only did he beat Sheamus, he manhandled Sheamus when he faced him. That is a man who is feeling incredibly confident about his move here to Raw, and unfortunately for Batista, that's who he's got to go through. Batista has won the World Heavyweight Championship for almost all of this year. He's been pursuing that World Heavyweight title. He had it around his waist at one point, but it was stolen from him by Jack Swagger. I feel like it would be almost beautiful retribution for Batista to defeat Vader tonight and then beat maybe Jack Swagger. Swagger beat Edge next week, but I don't know how likely that is. Sheamus and the United Kingdom were not entirely happy to find out about this Survivor Series matchup when they found out that Sheamus just gets to sit back and watch all these qualifiers and not have to worry about dealing with any of these people in the coming weeks. Oh, he took great delight in that. Big Man Vader, an official part of Monday Night Raw. Big Man, Big Van. I know his name is Big Van Vader. I didn't actually mean to say like a reference to that by saying the Big Man Vader. This is going to be a great main event. Just hope Batista's ready. I hope Vader's ready. I hope neither of these two are underestimated. Oh, okay. All right.
Welcome, champ. Have a seat right here.
Now, this doesn't surprise me too much.
Batista, we've been graced by a very special guest here at ringside, but it looks like the champ's going to be content to just watch how this match plays out.
Well,
good excuse to not have a voiceover, I guess. Sheamus sat by at ringside to watch this one. Obviously, we don't know what his reaction was when the news broke that Vader was officially a part of Raw, but we know how much it shook him to the point where he attacked the very people he has sat down next to right now. That is a man who has definitely, I think, been struck with fear by the strength of Vader, and something that I think a lot of people don't realize is just how dangerous Vader can be.
Wow! Unbelievable impact there.
plenty of opportunities coming up for people like Batista and Vader should they not succeed here tonight, though, of course. Maybe not at TLC, but the Royal Rumble is coming up pretty soon. That's going to be obviously as big as ever. One man wins, gets a guaranteed title shot at WrestleMania. Of course, right after that we got Elimination Chamber. Depending on if the title's on the line and that, you know, you could be one of 5 to get an opportunity. There's plenty of opportunity coming your way if you're, for several people. If you are several people.
Hey! That could break your back.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
This is not exactly the way I expected to see this match kick off. I really thought we'd see a little more offense from the animal. I want to call him the Beast, that's not his name.
Shoot through the superstar's body off that slam.
Right on the shoulder. You know that bone in there, the clavicle, is extremely easy to break.
He's obviously trying to work any part of Vader that he can. He's got a little bit of a scar or some kind of mark on his left arm there. I don't know if that was what Batista was targeting. I'd imagine that's quite old at this point. I don't think that's going to do much damage.
Batista with a good reversal.
Oh, no!
Launched him.
Strength to Batista. Great reaction.
Watch out here. Ah! I think Vader made his eyes go cross there.
Out of the ring this competition goes, right in front of the World Heavyweight Champion. A man that these two have both gained victories over. Some of the only people who have done that in recent memory. Probably why Sheamus is so insistent on watching this match as closely as he is.
Vader's got some bad intentions. Oh!
Oh.
Look out! Headbutt!
Oh my, the force behind that headbutt was incredible.
Survivor Series almost already all planned out, and we've still got 3 weeks to go. You know, we got this big 6-man tag team match. I mean, admittedly, we only know that the United Kingdom are defending against CM Punk right now. We don't know who that European Championship contender or that World Heavyweight Championship contender are going to be. But we know that they're going to be defending the titles in that matchup. We don't know who against, though. We've also got the Divas Champion and the Women's Champion facing off for their titles. You know, one-on-one match, winner takes all the gold.
Oh my gosh, did you see his head?
We got from ECW, the ECW Championship, Big Show versus Kane. We got the ECW Survivor Series matchup, which is the Powerhouse, Ezekiel Jackson, Mason Ryan, and Vladimir Kozlov facing off against Chavo Guerrero, Sin Cara, and Husky Harris. And then from SmackDown, we've got the Crew up against the team of John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and Eddie Guerrero in a Survivor Series matchup. And we know that The Miz will be defending the WWE Championship in a triple threat against The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Too slow.
Pretty much got already all those 6 matches right there and then, like, planned out, set to happen. At the 5-minute mark on this match, and either one of these two seem to have really slowed down. I think they've been working their own kind of pace this whole match, and it's going to pay off, mark my words.
In no man's land here, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder if anyone will get that one. Vader back into the ring. Grabs Batista by the head and snaps him down.
And there's the good job getting to the ropes there.
Grab the back of Batista. Batista able to elbow his way out of that.
Look at this.
Batista now got Vader, and oh my god, that is some incredible strength.
And that punch lands hard.
Batista letting loose
Very
the
interested
punch
to
like a top of mule.
see what kind of influence Sheamus will have on this match. Yes. At the moment, he's just kind of sat by at ringside. He's not actually getting involved in the match, which is surprising for Sheamus. The World Heavyweight Champion is usually a little more disruptive than that.
He gets out of trouble
And I'm
there.
completely honest. The United Kingdom never really seemed to mean well for anyone. Off the ropes, big crossbody. That is a lot of weight to have crashing down on you, but Batista got that shoulder up.
He is definitely going to have those ribs looked at after this match.
Vader.
It's like he just like found out that he'd like peed on the rug.
Hang on.
Would you look at this? Fighting and clawing with every fiber of his being, refusing to submit.
And there's the destructive force of the animal.
Batista is starting to look a little bit worn out in this match. For a moment there, it looked like he was kind of grabbing his ribs. I mean, you gotta think Vader dived down chest first onto
Got the
those.
arm up.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
And Batista now doing whatever it takes to get the victory over Vader. 7.5 minutes he's lasted in the ring with Vader so far. That's
In a
honestly
big
impressive.
move coming.
Oh my god! The speed! Oh, bicycle kick, nicely executed.
Stars after that. Vader's got some bad
Oh no,
intentions.
oh no. Huge choke slam. And he's lifting him up just by his head. Oh, this can't be good. Oh, Batista though, quick to duck out. Very nice. And wow.
Incredible counter.
Even when he's worn out, still able to lift Vader in a very impressive fashion.
Caught the leg. Wow.
Drops him down onto his back, and now working over the leg with a single leg. Boston Crab. Vader very close to those ropes, but he manages to
And he
pull himself
wheels his
over.
way out.
Watch out here.
We're going to see here.
And
Ooh,
the
just going
tide
to work
seems to be
the back
changing
some
once again.
more.
Look at Vader.
Oh no. Oh no. Vader bomb.
Brutal power bomb.
And he doesn't go for the pin. Vader just seems to be a little more determined to make sure that Batista stays down.
Oh no, Vader's got him.
There's
Oof.
the suplex. Not fast enough.
Takes him down by the arm. Vader now gonna go
And
in for
here's
the
a
pin
cover.
attempt. Yep. Is this gonna be enough to get the job done? Batista very worn out. I mean, realistically, he could have been down and out from that Vader bomb. He just didn't go for the pin because WWE 12. That's
He
why.
gets a big victory here
And as
tonight.
Sheamus watched on from ringside, it was Vader that advances. Who is Vader going to face in 2 weeks' time? Will it be Edge or Jack Swagger to take that final spot in the Survivor Series matchup? Will it be Team Vader, Team Swagger, or Team Edge? We've got to wait and see. But right now, Vader is victorious as he takes an advance in this miniature tournament, I guess. I don't really know where I was going with that. But I'll see you guys tomorrow night on ECW. Bye-bye.